Welcome. Thank you for joining me. We're in Niagara Falls, Canada. I've taken this route a million times, so some of my friends will be like, hey, find a new area. But we're catching the last seconds of daylight, sort of. And we'll walk around to the Niagara Falls. But I'm using the Solana Seeker for the very first time. And I'm curious to know how our quality is. Solana Seeker is really just an Android phone, but it's got a couple of crypto-friendly features, let's just say, like a somewhat hard wallet or cold wallet inside, although nothing connected to the internet is considered a cold wallet. And I won't keep any significant amount of crypto at all on this phone because just in case it gets swiped or something like that. Not that I'm a pessimist, but you never know. But thank you, everybody, for joining. You know, Jesse's here, Pete's here, Jason, Michael, thank you all for being here. Tiffany, I think, is also in the house. Jeremy might be here. So thank you. For anybody new that might watch this, I hope you'll subscribe. I live in Niagara Falls and I'm able to come down here all the time. We're just catching the beginnings of the autumn color change as well. Margaret Seeger, thanks for coming in. I'll watch back a few minutes of the replay of this myself after to compare it to what I've done with the other phones. I was using an iPhone 11 for a long time, a 12 mini for a short period, a Samsung S24 for a while. But this is expected to be the phone that I stream with somewhat permanently for the next maybe even 2 years. They expect to come out with a new device about that often. Oh, Jason, I'm not even sure about that. Yeah, I'm way not up on the specs of this even. It's not a huge phone, that's for sure. They specifically made it as a smaller phone, and I listened to an interview with the CEO of Solana Mobile talking about why. They know people are going to use it as a secondary phone. Not many people will likely use this as their main go-to. They said it's actually harder to get companies to make screens for smaller phones than it is for the larger ones. But it's fairly new. They just started shipping. Like, I'm late getting it. I didn't even buy it until it was starting to be delivered. There were about 150,000 of them on the planet. So I wanted to get out and stream because there's likely not that many YouTube streamers with it or even going to use it yet. Certainly not in Niagara Falls. But hopefully we'll catch a little bit of traffic from people looking for the Solana Seeker. And I'll do a vertical live stream as soon as I can. I did the unboxing, but I haven't finished or edited it yet. And my intention was to do a vertical live stream into the premiere. So we'll see. Hopefully it's looking as clear as any other phone. And catch that red light in all its glory, saying we're not supposed to walk across the street, but we're walking anyway. Oh, the fountains are lit, but not on. I wonder if that means that they're on some of the time. There's the Skyline Tower in the background that I love talking about. This coming weekend is going to be the Canadian Thanksgiving. We're a little bit ahead of our American friends, so it's not quite touristy season. It gets really busy on Friday and Saturday. I was out the other day. I tried to catch the fireworks, I think on Saturday night, with this phone, and didn't frame it properly, so I'm gonna have to try again this weekend. And it is, Pete, a beautiful day again. It was almost summer weather in my opinion for the daytime, but we're down to what feels like 66 or 68. There was a bit of wind earlier, but it seems to be not too terrible. And yeah, the Skyline Tower does look a little bit like a baby CN tower. I love those things. I've been the Skyline Tower a couple of times and the CN Tower more times than I can remember. If we went down this street, which we don't, we would get to the Niagara Falls right away. But we're going to take the scenic route. We got lots of time. Michael's Adventures in the chat will drop a premiere at 8 o'clock. So no matter where we are, we'll run this right until he starts. You're right about that. Yes, Scratch and PPA. The fireworks, they do it every single day from whatever date it is that it starts. I think in April, but it could be May. And it goes right until Thanksgiving, and then that's it. But they will, I believe, do at least one, if not a couple. They'll probably do New Year's Eve. And I think they do some for the Winter Festival of Lights, because I filmed it. I just don't remember what day it was. It wouldn't have been New Year's. Could have been a Saturday or something. Yeah, you can see the parking lots are busy. So people are likely eating. I can smell the steaks and stuff. We got a few steakhouses here and different restaurants, of course, tons of hotels. I'll show you where we were. I'm glad this is working out. When I turn the camera like that, it looks to me like slow motion on my screen. I'm just curious to know if that's smooth. I'll watch it back after, but yeah, Winter Festival of Lights. Jason Keto filmed that last year. Oh, voice is 99%. So I think I dodged a bullet, and thank you for asking, Jesse. I was somewhat under the weather. I had that tickle in the throat and a bit of a sniffle and a minor cough. I think it started Thursday, and so we skipped Saturday's Tuber Chat stream, but I was hoping if I rested and took it easy, it would be fine. And I dread, again, I don't want to be pessimistic. I dread the idea that I'll actually get sick a couple weeks from now. October seems to be around the time, but I'm doing all I can not to. So maybe I'll be lucky. I'll try to keep the talking to a minimum today, so I'm good for tomorrow. But when I saw the weather and what was going to happen tonight, I said I gotta get out for a stream again. It's really for the exercise. I need to walk more. I've been doing not terribly with that. So
a doctor and a nurse and everything, right? Well,
yeah, Winter Festival of Lights. I think you're right, Pete. I think it's November 15th. And I will probably do a community post. I think I already said it, to go like the day before or something like that. I set up a bunch of community posts. I did one for October the 14th or 15th and one for November again, hoping to catch some traffic when people start searching for it. But we'll see. Walking a little fast like always too. We're in no rush today. I want it to take an hour to get down to the falls and all that, but we'll have as long as we want to hang out down there too. Warm Strong Adventures, good to see you in the house, Bill. Thank you for coming in. I actually don't know right now if Warm Strong Adventures is on a cruise or not. He was a few weeks ago, which tells me he might be home now. Last I saw, I think you were still in Greece. It'd be interesting to see how busy it is over there. That's where we're headed. Where that Ferris wheel is. Yeah, Bill's home now. He, while he's on a cruise, still goes out into people's YouTubes and supports like premieres and live streams, and occasionally live streams from the ships, which is cool. I'm always asking about more of that stuff, and then a few people have said now that the internet doesn't necessarily support a lot of live streaming just yet, which is odd. You would think that Starlink would have jumped all over that. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. We caught the last few seconds of the sunset today, but there's no real such thing as sunset over Niagara Falls because of the direction. If you're in the US, you'd be able to look over and enjoy a sunset, but it would disappear behind the skyscrapers and hotels or whatever we want to call them. Not quite skyscrapers, but you know what I mean. We're coming up on a street with a bit more activity. Monday today, so I don't know what to expect for bars and restaurants. I'm sure Kelsey's on the top of Clifton Hill will be busy. We'll see in a few seconds here when I turn the corner whether Club 7 and their other bar has any activity. I believe more than once I've gone up the other way on this street, but someday, maybe soon, I'll plan to do it again. Take a different route than we usually do. Just Jason, he's got a second channel that came as a bit of a surprise the other day, where he plans to post more variety in content. His keto channel, of course, is healthy eating and healthy living, and then he can post the rest of the ideas that he has on the personal channel. Surprised him too. Yeah, nothing happening over at Club 7 and the other bar right now. I'm still using Kristen's Osmo 5 gimbal. I got the 7 the other day, but I haven't unboxed it yet. Wanted to do the unboxing with this phone so I can start doing all that cross promotion stuff that we would think about. But these gimbals are amazing. I had a 4 and I think I lost it. I think it got taken, actually. Can't find my gimbal or the stand. I was lucky I got another one here. Oh, you know what's interesting, Jason? They have adapters. I got one in my Amazon like wish list, or not wish list, but like save for later. And it's a adapter. So it fits the phone gimbals, and then you put the GoPro in it. I had a GoPro gimbal. Kristen got me one, and then they changed the. I barely used it, unfortunately, but they changed the size of the GoPro, and I don't think it fits now. It'll fit my old one. I still have a GoPro 5. I got a 12 last year. Hooter's like half busy. I'm not sure how long that company's going to hang on. Just doesn't seem to be as popular as it once was. Denny's will always have a place in my heart. Even more than IHOP, actually. Grand Slam at Denny's is a personal favorite. We have Perkins here too. Perkins, another restaurant. I'm not sure if Perkins in the United States or not. I can't remember if we've talked about this before, but they had a meal called the Tremendous 12. And if 4 people order this, it's too much food for the table. It's, if I remember right, probably eggs, ham, sausage, and bacon, hash browns, toast, and pancakes. Or maybe even French toast. I can't for the life of me remember, but I used to eat that at unreasonable hours of the late night after nightclubs and stuff. Canadians love to honk. They're yelling at each other now. You guys yelling? Are we gonna have activity here, or what on earth is he doing? Well, it's no wonder everybody's angry. And now this guy gets him back by ripping down the street. That'll show him. Now we're coming up to that busy area, Clifton Hill. Oh, wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man. I almost forgot to mention it. My bet is that go-kart track is world famous by now. Trish's Yarn Adventures. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. I've been on my share of go-karts, but I wonder what people prefer. If you like go-karts on a really smooth, brand new concrete track like that, or ones where it's a little more rough around the edges. Bus is attitude. Guy just didn't care. Honk all you want, I guess he was thinking. But yeah, the bus wants to move. We'll go down around there in a few minutes. Well, actually, maybe right now they might have a little bit more open than usual. Yeah, we'll go that way. You can see there's more attractions and restaurants and things for a short while down that road. Oh, in the summer in the good weather, this whole area is just packed with tourists and bees. $60 adventure ride, they say. Oh, it's always a good time down here for sure. Yeah, Jason likes some sketchy. Lots of honking, yeah, but Canadians honk. Pete knows that. beat Jason, any of our Canadian friends. I'm not sure if it's like that in New Brunswick for Tiffany, but in Toronto and anywhere in the Golden Horseshoe, honking is all the time. Everybody's super impatient too, especially with everybody on their phones now. Every stoplight, you know what I mean? I try to get out several times a year so that we can see the different seasons and busy times and not so busy and everything else. But it gets pretty overwhelming here. I wonder if eventually I'll be able to run the stream through ChatGPT or something and say how many times did different cars honk during the stream. And we can bet, like picking jelly beans. It's already so much, I don't even know if we'll be able to figure it out. We talk about this all the time. My goodness. I was just looking before I came out today. You spend a few minutes on YouTube, like doing the description and things like that. And I was looking at a playlist I had for outdoor live streams, and I did a horrible job of updating that over the years. So I just threw a bunch of videos in there. But I found the one where we went on the sky wheel. You can see what that's like. Give you an idea of what it's actually like down here. Famous Tim Hortons, of course. See, they got that fun pass. 6 attractions for $34, including the sky wheel. They change the prices from year to year, but I don't think it's been that much of an increase, actually. I've been living here for 9 years now. That's why it's so easy to come out here. Oh, it really does. I don't know if you heard what this guy said. Smells good. It smells like caramel popcorn and cotton candy and all the non-keto things everybody might like. Right beside the candy shop where they make the fudge. We've watched that many times. For the last, for 5 streams, I come down and they're not doing it. But you can see how much they've got on the table over there. And they do it right here in front of the window, of course, so everybody can see and film and everything. We've caught it many times, but that candy store is out of control. I think we have lots of time, so I'm going to take a stroll through the arcade today. Boston Pizza upstairs. Have Cheetah View. Good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm really curious to know if they've even got a Pac-Man machine in here or anything like it. Oh, and it's even bigger than I thought. I don't remember if I've ever even been through this whole thing. My goodness, eh? Anybody in the chat good at skee ball? I feel like I should be better at it than I remember being. I worked in a bowling alley for many years. I wanted to take a quick run through this place and just see what it's like. I haven't been through any place like this or Dave & Buster's or anything in a while. Oh, they got another one of these, a 4D ride over there. We'll go down to the falls now. There's just another minute of this street. I always mention this Movie Land Wax Museum of the Stars because I did one live stream where we went through the whole thing. You came for the Tim Hortons, Patrick? There's another wax museum at the top of the street. Vern and I went there together, Elevate with Vern, when she was here last year. She came again this year, but just for a couple of days. But we went through the other wax museum, and I'm trying to remember who was right in the front door. It's the first four people you see. I think it's Mark Zuckerberg, Donald Trump, Elon Musk, and I can't remember the fourth. She'll likely remember. Maybe one day we'll do that too. Rainforest Cafe is super popular. I don't know how far that stretches, like who in the United States has that also, but we've got a few Rainforest Cafes around as far as I know. So I'm guessing this camera and this phone are just as good as any other Android phone. Of course, I'm only streaming in 720 ever. It takes about 1.5 gigs of data. Although I could probably open it up because our plans, Canada used to be pretty stringent on the data, but I think my main plan has like 100 gigs or something. I'm like 100. How did we go from fighting over 5 and 15 and 20 to 100? So that'd be more than enough to do an hour stream a day. But if you open it up to 1080, I'm not sure if it uses 4 times the data. Yeah, I'm not kidding about cell phone plans. We used to have to like really shop, and so I use Virgin Mobile, but I've been using it for a very long time, and it just runs off a bell. But I probably call every 9 months, somewhere around there, to say like, hey, what can we do? Can we shave this plan down? Can we do anything? And there seems to be always something. You know, I'm a power user for sure, and so I keep one plan fairly cheap, let's say, and then my regular plan now is like far less than $100 for that 100 gigs of data and everything else. I think it's $70 plus tax. In Canada, we pay 13% on top of everything we ever buy at the register or wherever we're paying. We'll be heading over to that area in the center of the screen there. We'll go to the Niagara Falls right now. You can in the background with the blue glow or red glow or whatever color it's changed into right now. Our American friends on the other side, and there's the border. That's the Rainbow Bridge. See the Canadian flag there. It's a little bit of a breeze, but not really windy or anything. Oh, reflections of the street lights and those. I see a lot of glow around them myself on the screen. And the lens should be clean. Like I wiped it, before we started. It hasn't even been used. The phone I barely have touched since opening it. I got it with the screen protector and a case. I got another case coming though, because they got another special one. Comes with an NFT. And it's not because of the NFTs. It's because of the potential airdrops that I wish for. The idea behind the Solana Seeker is that eventually the phone may not only pay for itself, but return on the investment. So it's 500 American dollars plus, I think they said free shipping, but could have been duty and stuff, whatever it was. And then a lot of people who pre-ordered a year ago already got enough airdrops to pay for the phone apparently. But what they do is they give you an NFT that sort of unlocks, or a token that sort of unlocks things so that other potential partners can airdrop to you. So a lot of people got like Bonk apparently, and I don't know what else. There's lots of them out there. I'm not going to chase every single thing, but it'll be nice to get some unexpected airdrops. Niagara Falls is so beautiful. I never get tired of this. I think I forgot to do tags in the stream, now that I think of it. I have to add those afterwards. The zip line I talk about all the time. In my opinion, it's the best place to catch the fireworks if you're going to film them. Oh, and just before I get up there, here's a closer look at the hornblower. That's basically the Maid of the Mist, but the Canadian version of it. I set the live redirect for Michael's premiere at 8 o'clock, but if the mods don't mind dropping the link to that somewhere around 15 minutes before it starts, maybe every 5 minutes, I'll do it a few times. Thank you. I forgot last time I was doing something like that. But the redirect is set, and like I said, we'll hang out right until he starts because the weather is my favorite right now. It's probably 1 degree cooler than everybody else likes it. This is where I filmed the fireworks from. Light show is just beautiful. Oh, did Michael do something earlier that I didn't catch? Today was a longer day than I expected. My work, I'm somewhat enjoying the new job, enjoying it as much as anybody can enjoy any job. It's obviously not terrible or anything, but I can't predict ever when I'm going to be home. I leave early in the morning. I try to be on the road at 6 o'clock so that I can have my 7.5 hour day nice and early in the afternoon. But some days turn a little bit longer. And then we just even it out towards the end of the week, and Friday's usually a shorter day. Oh, Jason had close to a 2 hour drive today. Burlington is over at the edge of, can't really call it Toronto, but the way that things go to the west of Toronto, even to the east for a while, all the cities, you can't tell when you leave one city into the next. So from Toronto to Mississauga to Oakville to Burlington, and then you go over a bridge, and then Hamilton. Some people know there's an international airport there, and then on the way to Niagara, that's where you get the breaks in between the cities, but not for long. 20 years from now, that'll all blend into each other, I think. And then thank you, Scratch and PPA, for that. Oh yeah, well I'm not even thinking about traffic, Jason. Yeah. Oh, 3:30. We used to have a rule when I worked in Toronto at one of the nightclubs. I did a lot of promotion and stuff, marketing and all that, so I was there all day, like a 9 to 5, and then occasionally in the evenings, right? And we had basically a rule: if you're not in the car on the road driving by 4 o'clock, might as well just stay. Go eat somewhere. Don't even get on the road until 7. Today, I would probably extend that to like 9 p.m. because it's the same amount of time to get home. Why do you want to sit in a car for 3 hours if you don't have to? But that's what it sounds like Jason might have had to do today. He only lives a couple hours away from me, and a couple hours away from Pete, a couple hours away from cruising on the high season travel Rob. What an unbelievable view. Why wouldn't you come here to go for a walk if you lived so close? It's a 15-minute drive to the gym, so that's my excuse for not going to the gym. I finally canceled my gym membership that I've been paying for 6 or 7 years. They don't have a good life in Niagara. So if I'm going to do a gym again, I got to pick something here. Yeah, Michael's Adventures will likely be on for another half hour starting at 8. So hopefully everybody will check out what he's got going on. He posts every day. And then Pete's on tomorrow, 12:15. I noticed something today as well when I was adjusting the homepage on the channel. I wasn't taking it seriously. I was just looking at it for a second. But at the bottom of the homepage is doesn't have to be at the bottom. They've got a section now for collaborations. So you can add that in, and then when you do what YouTube calls collaborations with other people, it'll, I suppose, automatically show up there. But I noticed that usually when they add a new feature to the homepage that we can utilize, they add it and it's up to us to remove it. Like the For You section or the member recognition. There's your red, white, and blue for our American friends. It really is remarkable, even here standing in front of the falls. The lights don't look like they're shining off of the water. It looks like the falls are glowing, in my opinion. You can tell there's no wind because the mist is flying straight up into the air, it looks like. That's when it's the best. That mist carries so far that I would guess more than a kilometer away, you can have that falling on your car. Almost think it's raining for a second. Should try a 4K live stream one time. See what that does to the algorithm and recommendation engine. When I get the unboxing video done for this phone, I'll set everything up far in advance. I usually like a week, but including the live stream, I'll do a vertical one because why not? And we'll see if having it percolate in the system for a while has any help. Check out this popular lookout area. What a spectacular display. Oh, how cool is that shot right there? So I could probably make a thumbnail out of that. Oh, can you see Saturn right now, really? Michael says. I got my glasses on, and even not looking at the screen, I can't see it. I know sometimes we can see Jupiter from here. I was so excited when I found that out one night as a young lad, looking at the stars and noticing a really bright one. So if I was told correctly, then it was Jupiter. Oh, that's kind of cool, Jesse. Yeah, I never think of that. The telescopes. I'm sure they have tons of that around here in different tourist attractions. But I don't think I've ever owned a telescope of any kind. But sometimes when you're a kid, things come across your life, whether it's gifts or things older people hand down to you and stuff. I'm gonna chill for a second here. Oh, Michael might have footage of Jupiter and the moon. The mist is the best on a hot day. One of my first live streams, could have been the first one here. Ridiculousness. Kristen was trying to tell me in the chat. She was like, "It's the mist. It's not raining." And I was like, "No, I think it's raining. I think it's mist and rain." No, it's not. Oh, and over on the side there, that's a different ride. That balloon. I think that's actually in the air too. I think they're. I think they must be doing that right now. Wonder how late some things go, right, at night, especially on weekdays. What a gorgeous display. My goodness. Thanks everybody for hanging out. I'll keep this going right until Michael's adventure starts his premiere. We'll start walking in another second here. The mist lets you see the rays, right? The light from the LEDs. I think they change the pattern every 15 minutes, but I could be wrong about that, because when you try to register as a nonprofit to like have a certain color displayed, it's at a certain time for a certain number of minutes, and I think it's 15 minutes. Kristen's had that done for Epilepsy Niagara, and they do it for other causes and nonprofits and things. Let's keep moving. Oh, there we go. Yeah, as soon as I said it. There's still a little bit of activity over there too. Steady stream of traffic for a second there. And across the street, because this leads right to the parking lot. Thanks for dropping that link, Pete. And hopefully everybody will go over to Michael's Adventures premiere. Oh, it's starting now. Yeah. Thanks everyone for hanging out. We'll see everyone again soon.